All right, everybody, welcome back. Thank you guys for returning. I'm glad you guys are still here. For those who are still following, if you're new to the channel, welcome. This is WrightIsMyName. Again, you guys, sorry I was not posting any videos last week. It was finals week, y'all. So, I had to handle my business and, do what I had to do, study my stuff. And, of course, I passed both my finals and both my classes. And now I'm just going to enjoy these 2-week little summer break and get ready for the fall semester. So, that's why I was absent, but I am here today. And I definitely plan on getting some videos done this next 2 weeks. So bear with me now, and hope you guys enjoy everything today. And, one thing's for certain is this, you guys, people are all going through things in life. And, you may think that you need closure, but in all honesty, you don't need closure. You need a code. You need discipline, purpose, self-command. We live in a world of noise, of victims, of people still waiting for answers that will never come. From their exes, from the government, from people who ghosted them or betrayed them. But the system isn't built to give you closure. It's built to keep you dependent, distracted, docile. And right now, while everyone's chasing explanations, chasing apologies, the people who are disciplined, they're building, winning, and most definitely leading everybody else. One difference between closure versus code is closure is emotional validation. Discipline is direction. One waits, the other works. And right now, the political class is gaslighting the hell out of us, making us thinking that closure is coming. But take a look. For instance, Project 2025 is gaining major traction, you guys. A strategic right-wing takeover has been backed by the Heritage Foundation. It would allow a president to fire tens of thousands of civil servants, which has already happened. Override agencies, which is already happening, and even weaken protection against political interference in the DOJ, which is already happening. It's literally a full-scale takeover. They claim it's about raining on the deep state or cleaning out the deep state, but in reality, it's really about control. Then you've got the Supreme Court scandals. Justice Samuel Alito caught flying flags tied to Stop the Steal outside his home. Justice Clarence Thomas accepting luxury trips from billionaire donors while ruling on their cases. Zero accountability, no ethics code are enforced. This is the highest court in the land, and it's become a partisan playground. People are still waiting for justice, still waiting for apologies from these people. Again, you don't need closure. You need a personal code stronger than the chaos. And the only way you're going to do that, is by staying disciplined. I know what it's like to want closure, to stare at your phone hoping for the message, to think that maybe if you get the why, you'll feel better. But eventually, you will realize if they cared, they wouldn't have ghosted you. If they respected you, they wouldn't have left you in confusion. The silence became my breaking point. And then my turning point. I stopped needing answers and started building my own code, building myself, building who I am. That's all you guys gotta do, is build who you are. Stop playing around. Take your life serious, because you only get one life. You don't get a bunch of lives and stuff like that if you eat mushrooms like off of Super Mario now. Come on now, this is real life here. You gotta look at things. Like, for instance, let's look at the 2024 debates. Candidates were dodging real questions. Come on now. RFK Jr. pushing conspiracy over clarity. Biden and Trump spinning selective truths and avoiding the hard questions. We're told to just trust the process. You know how tired I am of hearing that shit? Like, come on now. We always got to trust the process. But the process is rigged to protect the power, not the people. It's to protect the billionaires, the people who are the politicians, the people who are running the stuff. It's not here to protect us. Over 50% of Americans say the economy will worsen in 2025. Over 70% believe their vote doesn't matter. That's a shame, honestly. That's betrayal. Discipline is the new rebellion. It's how you take back control, even when the system is failing you. This culture, everything that's going on, from the music to politicians and everything in between, this culture is in true chaos. So, while we're on that topic, let's really talk culture a little bit. We've got a full headline of DEA backlash. Universities like Harvard are rolling back diversity programs after the Supreme Court gutted affirmation action. Why? Because conservation weaponized the word equity, and progressives forgot to defend it with actual results. Not just that, if we're also going to be quite honest as well, all this pro-Hamas stuff and all this, LGBTQ people playing in sports and everything, all of that stuff has contributed to everything. And to be honest, it's really not cool. Like, every episode that we see is literally being pushed down our throats or our kids' throats. I'm not here saying, all gay people are bad or nothing like that. Trust. I'm not saying nothing like that at all. But having it forced down our throats and our children's throats is highly unacceptable as well. Not just that, classrooms are war zones, especially in New York and California. For instance, in New York, restorative justice models was supposed to fix the schools, the prison pipeline, but in reality, teacher assaults went up. Safety complaints doubled. Classrooms became extremely chaotic. Why? Because compassion without structure becomes chaos. You can't blame the system without changing the culture inside of them. We gotta literally hold ourselves accountable, parents. We are the parents, not the children. We had them. They didn't have us. Stop allowing your children to be disrespectful and cuss teachers out and not listen to authority. And then you're wondering why we have so many kids getting hurt by the police or getting locked up. Come on, parents, we got to do better in life. We got to do better for our children. They are literally our next generation. All I know is you can't keep waiting for society to figure it out while you fall apart. You need a code. One that demands empathy and accountability. One that rejects political theater, and one that acts, not just react. Not just that, we also got to understand that the media has been distorting a whole bunch of stuff, and so has the political party. All of these political government parties, Democrat, Republican, they're all being selective on what they want to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, here in California, you're being distracted on purpose. The media isn't giving you closure, and they profit off of your confusion. 1 week it's Hunter Biden's laptop, the next week it's Trump's classified documents. Then it's the TikTok ban. But no real conversations about possibly how your data privacy may be getting stolen from Apple, Facebook, and Google, and how they're selling it off to third parties. It's all smoke and mirrors. You know what they're really not talking about? Black maternal mortality rates are rising in the red states. Like, did you guys not catch that? Let me repeat that for you. Black maternal mortality rates are rising in the red states. Youth suicide rates are exploding from online addiction. AI being used to clone political candidates and manipulate public opinion. And we definitely got to look at California. This beautiful state that I live in and that I've been born and raised in loves to preach compassion after devastating wildfires have ripped through the state, displacing over thousands of people. Billions in relief funding have been allocated there. But yet, you know who's still in temporary housing? Everybody who couldn't afford to rebuild. They're still waiting on insurance payouts, if they have insurance. They're still buried in red tape. The residents, the working families, the everyday people. Meanwhile, state contractors are literally out here trying to get all the land that they can at a discounted rate to build a new city or whatever it is that they're trying to do. Come on now. These state contractors are literally getting handed political connections through firms. Bureaucrats collected bonuses and most of the fire money. Come on now. You really think people are getting that? It's getting tied up in environmental consulting. It's not actual relief, you guys. Nobody's really getting the money. How are they going to get the money to be able to rebuild? To be able to clean off all that stuff off the land? Look it up. They're literally not getting the money. All the money that they're getting, they're literally saying that it's not designed for them to hand it out. They need to be able to have a third party come in to be able to do that. It's always something. And you guys want closure from that? Unfortunately, you'll be waiting forever. You want power? You definitely need to get disciplined. You need to build your own emergency fund. You need to learn how to advocate for yourself, for your family, for your neighbors, for your community. You need to demand audits and understand the laws. Because one thing for sure is this: nobody's coming to save you, especially here in California. Like, real talk. You really need to advocate for yourself, you guys. You have to, because if you don't, all they're going to keep doing is keep running over on us. So while the world is arguing, how about we discipline our mind, consume the truth, filter bias, and think for yourself? That's the real strength, and that's the real freedom right there. Closure, in all honesty, it's an emotional comfort. Completion is strategic maturity. People are still waiting for Trump to get locked up. Others are still waiting for Biden to unify the nation. But discipline doesn't wait on verdicts. It comes with purpose. Don't get caught in a loop of blaming your ex for your healing, blaming politicians for your struggles and for you not reaching your purpose, blaming culture for your clarity. That's how you become a victim of distraction, y'all. Completion looks like voting your values, not your feelings. Building your body, your habits, your future, even when no one is clapping for you. And definitely killing the bad habits, getting rid of it. It's the stuff that's weighing you down like a crab in a bucket. We gotta start leading with facts, not emotional trends. That's what leadership is. That's what real leadership is. Not by being right, but by being ready. You don't need closure from the person who hurt you. You don't need closure from the corrupt courts or the people who have failed you, especially the past presidents and even the current president. You need clarity. You need command. You need a code. And if you build that code, no scandal, no betrayal, and no system can break you. I'm not going to preach to y'all. I'm going to cut it off right there. So one thing for sure is this, you guys. If you like what I'm doing, if you're tired of the noise, if you like the truth, like it. Share it with someone who's stuck in the loop. Comment what you're building. Comment what you want me for the next topics you guys might want me to speak about. Comment where you guys are even watching from. Let's get engaged, you guys. I talk back. All I know is what you're building, it has to be done through discipline. It's not going to be done through closure. Also, don't forget to subscribe, because this show definitely needs the subscriptions. If you guys are able to subscribe and share with your friends, share with your family, share it to groups, greatly appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I definitely talk back. Let's engage in conversation, y'all. Let's have an intellectual conversation and actually get somewhere. Let's figure out how we can do things better. All I know is this is Right Is My Name. We rebuild, we resist, we lead, and most definitely stay dangerous, because this world is dangerous out there. And stay safe, y'all. Peace.